Hello everyone, welcome to Kempner Sports. I don't know how we do it, but now we keep winning these ugly games and we are 2-0. 2-0! Not just 2-0, but 2-0 against the Vikings. We come home and we have, I didn't know what to expect. In fact, I thought that the Vikings were going to beat us. I had this funny, awful feeling. So I was kind of preparing myself for a loss. We start the game off, and our offense looks unbelievable. The old offense of old, Aaron Rodgers looks absolutely impressive, hitting Devontae Adams. Aaron Jones was running the ball like a banshee. It was incredible. And then I loved the fake pass to Aaron Jones, and they went to Jamal Williams, and he tumbles and stumbles his way all the way in the end zone. The lineman pushes him in. Touchdown, Green Bay, 7-0. Let's go! And then, Minnesota gets the ball, marches down the field, and Bailey misses a field goal. What is it with Minnesota Vikings kickers who miss field goals? I don't get it, but I was happy about it. Second drive looked very similar to the first. Aaron Rodgers marching our offense down. This time, an incredible touchdown pass to Allison, which is super encouraging. Those two wide receivers, Valdez-Scantling and Allison, we want them to emerge to be the number 2 and number 3 receivers. I don't know which one's which. I think it'll be different week to week. But what a phenomenal catch, what a phenomenal drive. Next thing we know, we're up 14-0. Minnesota gets the ball back. Cousins gets the pressure. Green Bay's defense was good all day that way, and he scrambles and fumbles the ball on the hit. And but fortunately for Minnesota, Cousins gets the ball back, and it was I was like, oh man! But only a few seconds later, Clark comes in and nails Cousins, fumbles the ball. Lowry gets it. I was so jacked, and here we go. We get the ball back, guys. Third drive, a lot of Aaron Jones. Listen, we got to feed that kid. He is unbelievable. I thought he was going to struggle today, but he and the scheme were great. And we went down, and we scored a touchdown with Aaron Jones punching it in. You know, things are great. 21-0 early on in the game, just early in the second quarter. And Minnesota gets the ball back, and Dalvin Cook busts one out for 75 yards. And I was thinking, are you kidding me? Like, we've got all the momentum. All of a sudden, Minnesota's a little bit back in the game. It was fantastic for them, and I was getting a little worried for us. Then we get the ball back. Allison gets the pass, but he fumbles it. Minnesota recovers, and but we held them there. Diggs had been dropping passes all day. In fact, I believe he only had one catch all day. And I love that Preston Smith interception where it got deflected, and he picked it up and went the way. But one thing that was very, very surprised, and I felt like it was a very big mistake by our coach, was when it was a minute 38 left in the second quarter. It was 4th and 1, and instead of kicking the field goal, bringing out Crosby, who's very clutch, we decided to go for it. And I get it. Sometimes you got to take risks to win games, but I just felt like when we were up by 14 points, kicking the extra field goal would have given us that 3-possession game than just a 2. But we didn't do it, and we got stuffed. And it's always hindsight 2020, and I know you got to risk. But if I was the coach, I would have kicked the field goal there. And then Chad Beebe just gets that pass and goes all that way. He almost scored against us. Somehow, when Diggs scores the touchdown, there's a penalty and calls it back. It was Dalvin Cook set a pick in the end zone. Now, the announcers were complaining about that, and I can understand why. But when I watched it again, he actually did pick our guy up in the end zone, which allowed Diggs to be wide open underneath. And I know it's controversial, and I know it went our way, but I'm sure glad it went our way because we've had a lot of Fail Mary plays, things that were not true, go against us. And yeah, anyways, pumped about that. So Bailey hits a field goal, and it's now 21-10. So second half, listen, Rodgers and the offense start stumbling. In fact, Rodgers fumbles at the snap, and Minnesota gets the ball back. Diggs ends up coming up clutch with a massive TD. That was a long pass by Cousins. I thought that was going to be an interception, but good play by Diggs. But then, of course, arrogantly, he takes off his helmet and starts trash-talking our fans. That's a flag. Are you kidding me? Why are you doing that? You're down, and you're trash-talking. Like, that's a penalty, which pushed the kick back. And, of course, Bailey is going to miss the extra point. And it's like, serves you right, Diggs. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous what he did there. Our defense looked great again. I was super encouraged by what our defense was pressuring. We had a very hard time stopping the run. But overall, very happy. Valdez-Scantling, when he caught that one and he fell and he dropped it, I felt like that, when the Patriots and the Giants were in the Super Bowl and was it Tyree? I forget his name. He caught it on the helmet. It kind of looked like that, except for Valdez didn't catch it. So it's nothing like that. Anyways. So we're down, we're going back and forth. I just felt like we were just holding on for dear life. You know what I mean? It felt like the tide was going to turn. It felt like Minnesota was going to win the game. And on that first down, Kirk Cousins forces it in for the touchdown. And Kevin King comes up with a massive interception in the end zone and changed the tide of the game. We just started milking clock. There was 5 minutes left. And with the desperation play, we were just so thankful that happened. But we end up getting enough first downs with Adams and Jones and different guys that we were able to milk that clock. So here it is. With the desperation play, to the laterals, Thielen laterals it to Diggs. Diggs tries to lateral it back. It's tipped. Fumble. We recover. Game is over. We're 2-0. We're 2-0. And not only are we 2-0, we're 2-0 against division rivals. This is massive. It's a great start for Green Bay. As you can tell, I'm super pumped. We had a very hard time stopping Dalvin Cook. He had 154 yards rushing. Wow, that's a little bit of a concern there. I hope that's not a pattern going forward. He's a very good back, though. And Aaron Jones had 150 all-purpose yards and a touchdown. Had an incredible game. Devontae Adams had 7 receptions for 106 yards on 9 targets. What a great performance that way. But honestly, I'm not feeling overly confident at this stage. I do think we have a chance to win the next 2 games. We'll wait and see. We're playing the Broncos, and then we're playing the Eagles next. But listen, right now, it doesn't matter. We're 2-0. We're first place in the NFC North, and we're on our way to have a great season here. We just got to get some things going on. I mean, how do you only score 21 points and do not score again the rest of the game? We've got to fix some things. But overall, very happy of how we started. Just definitely the results. I hope that you've really enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what your thoughts were about the game. And we'll see you next week. And we're playing Denver. And it's going to be loud. It's going to be crazy. And go, Pack, go.